there is a unique kind of quiet that only those who truly live alone can understand. It's the quiet of a Sunday morning with a warm cup of coffee in hand, the quiet of reading a good book late into the night. This quiet is a symbol of strength, of resilience, of a life lived on your own terms. Your independent living is a testament to the person you are. But sometimes, within that cherished quiet, other, fainter sounds can arise. They are not loud alarms, but gentle whispers, quiet signals from our bodies, our homes, and the world around us. These are the warnings for seniors. They're so easy to dismiss, so easy to wave away with a hand and say to ourselves, "I'm fine." Welcome to Timeless Elderly Wisdom. Today, we are not here to create fear. We are here to listen together, to tune our ears to these crucial, silent warnings, because understanding them is the key to protecting the beautiful independence you have built. This is about ensuring your senior safety, so you can continue aging in place with dignity and with peace. Let us explore the things that if you're over 65 and live alone, you should never ignore. The home you love, the one that holds your memories in its very walls. It can sometimes speak to you. It speaks in the language of creaks and groans and settling sounds. But are you listening when it warns you about your balance? This is the first, and perhaps most vital, silent warning. It doesn't announce itself with a trumpet. It arrives as a subtle shift, almost too quiet to notice. A tiny hesitation when you rise from your favorite chair, a moment your body needs to catch up, a hand that instinctively reaches for a wall, just for a moment, as you walk down a familiar hallway. That brief, heart-stopping moment of a stumble, a near miss, where the world tilts for a second before you catch yourself. We are masters of dismissal, aren't we? We tell ourselves, "I just tripped. My shoe caught on the carpet. I wasn't paying attention." We push the thought away because it feels like a betrayal of the strong, capable person we have always been. We fear that acknowledging it means admitting a loss of independence. But these are the whispers. These are the quiet, crucial messages from your body, telling you that things are changing. And here is the beautiful truth. True fall prevention for seniors doesn't start with a construction project. It doesn't start with installing grab bars and ramps. It starts with a quiet, courageous, and honest moment of self-awareness. It begins with the gentle acceptance of a simple fact. Our bodies change, our eyesight changes, and our relationship with gravity changes too. This acceptance is not weakness. It is profound strength. And so, we must look at our beloved homes with new eyes. We must become loving detectives of home safety for seniors. Walk through your home, slowly, as if you were a guest. That beautiful rug at the foot of your bed. Could its edge catch your toe in the darkness of night? That cord for your favorite reading lamp. Does it snake across a walkway, a nearly invisible trap? The path from your bed to the bathroom. Is it illuminated by more than just moonlight? Is it completely clear of obstacles? Look down at your feet. Are you wearing supportive slippers with a good grip? Or are you walking in worn-out socks on a smooth, wooden floor? These are not criticisms of your home. They are acts of profound love and respect for yourself. They are the actions you take to honor the independence you cherish. The solutions are not burdens. They are simple gifts of security. It can be as simple as adding a few inexpensive motion sensor night lights, using double-sided tape to secure the edges of every single rug, or choosing a new, supportive pair of house shoes. And it can be the practice of gentle, simple exercises, not to become an athlete, but to become more steady. While you wait for the kettle to boil, hold on to the counter and practice standing on one foot for just 10 seconds, then the other. Feel the small muscles in your ankles waking up. Or sit in a sturdy chair and slowly raise one leg. Hold it for a count of 3 and lower it. Repeat this a few times. This simple act strengthens the muscles that help you rise with confidence. These are the conversations you have with your body. Acknowledge the near misses. Honor the small changes. Treat each adjustment not as a concession, but as a victory. Listen when your body whispers, to you about its sense of balance, before it is ever forced to shout with a fall. The silence of solitude can be a peaceful friend. It can be a comfortable blanket on a quiet evening. But when does that silence start to feel heavy? When does it stop feeling like peace and start to feel like an echo in an empty room? This second silent warning is one of the most profound dangers of living alone, precisely because it is so easy to misinterpret. We must first understand a crucial distinction. There is a world of difference between being alone and being lonely. Being alone, or solitude, is a choice. It's a peaceful state of being with oneself. It is restful. But loneliness is not a choice. It is a painful, involuntary feeling of being disconnected. A hunger in the heart for a connection that isn't there. The whispers of loneliness are subtle. They often disguise themselves as something else. It might be the slow realization that an entire day has passed, from sunrise to sunset, and you haven't spoken a single word aloud to another human being. Your own voice, when you finally use it, feels rusty and unfamiliar. It might be looking over at the knitting needles that sit untouched, or the garden tools that are gathering dust. You haven't lost the ability. You've lost the desire, perhaps because the joy was never just in the doing, but in the sharing, in showing someone what you had made. And perhaps the most deceptive whisper of all is a thought that sounds like kindness, but is actually a cage. The thought, I don't want to be a bother. My children are so busy with their own lives. My friends have their own problems. I don't want to interrupt them. This thought, born of love and consideration, can become the very wall that locks you inside your own silence. It builds, brick by brick, until social isolation becomes your reality. And here, we must speak with clarity. The science is undeniable. Chronic loneliness in seniors is not just an emotional state. It is a serious risk to your physical health. It can impact your blood pressure, weaken your immune system, and disrupt your sleep. And it can open the door to the subtle signs of depression. This doesn't always look like deep, constant sadness. Sometimes it looks like persistent fatigue you can't explain. It looks like a complete lack of motivation, even for simple tasks. It can be changes in your appetite, or waking up in the middle of the night, your mind racing. But please hear this. This is not a life sentence. This is not an unconquerable fortress. The echo of silence can be answered. The solutions are found in small, courageous acts of connection. It is picking up the phone, not to report an emergency, but just to say hello, to ask someone about their day, to share a simple story. Remember, your call is a gift to them, just as much as their voice is a gift to you. It is exploring what your local community offers. A book club at the library, a walking group in the park, a card game at the senior center. You do not have to become the life of the party. You only have to show up and be present. It is rediscovering an old hobby, but with a new twist. Join a knitting circle, a garden club, a painting class. Let the shared passion be the bridge that connects you to others. Make an appointment with connection, just as you would with a doctor. Tuesday morning is for coffee with a neighbor. Thursday afternoon is for a call to my grandchild. Your heart needs connection, just as your lungs need air. It is not a weakness to seek it. It is a fundamental human need. Do not allow the peaceful quiet of solitude to become the painful echo of loneliness. Never, ever ignore the sound of deepening silence. A forgotten name, lingering on the tip of your tongue. A missed appointment that simply slipped your mind. A moment of brief, frustrating confusion. We have a name for these moments, don't we? We call them senior moments. We often say it with a little laugh, a shake of the head, a way to brush it off, to normalize it. And in many ways, that is true. A life lived for 60, 70, 80 years is a life filled with an ocean of memories, names, and dates. It is only natural that some things get misplaced from time to time. But when do these small, familiar puzzles become silent warnings of something more? When do they deserve our gentle, focused attention? This third warning is about the most precious treasure you possess, your mind. The whispers here are not about that one time you misplaced your keys. It's about a subtle, but persistent, change in the pattern. It's the feeling of losing the thread of a conversation, mid-sentence, and not being able to find your way back. It's looking at a simple, familiar recipe you've made 100 times, and suddenly, the steps feel jumbled, like a puzzle you can't quite solve. It's that unsettling feeling of walking into a room and having no memory, absolutely no idea of what you came in for. And it happens again and again. These are not just senior moments. These are quiet signals that your brain is working harder to do the things that once felt effortless. And there is one area where this puzzle can become truly dangerous, and that is in the crucial task of medication management. Think about this scenario. It's morning. You look at the pill bottle on your counter, and a cold, uncertain feeling creeps in. Did I take my pill this morning? I think I did, but am I sure? This single moment of doubt is one of the most serious warnings for seniors who live alone, because the consequences of either missing a dose or taking one twice can be severe. This is not a failure of character. It is a challenge of the system, and it means it's time for a new, smarter system. But please, do not let this fill you with fear. Let it fill you with purpose, because there are simple, powerful, and elegant solutions. Think of a weekly pill organizer, not as a symbol of decline, but as a smart tool for a sharp mind. A personal assistant that sets you up for success every single day. Think of the alarm on your phone. It's not there to nag you. It's there to be your reliable partner. A gentle chime that says, it's time to take care of yourself. And just as we exercise our bodies, we can nourish our minds. This isn't about stressful tests or brain training that feels like a chore. It is about finding joy in activities that also protect you. It's the simple pleasure of a crossword puzzle on a Sunday morning, the quiet satisfaction of solving a Sudoku, reading a book from a genre you've never explored before, learning just one new word in a language you've always admired. These are not just hobbies. They are acts of devotion to your cognitive health. Your mind is a magnificent, intricate tapestry woven over a lifetime. Pay attention when a single thread seems out of place. Noticing these small puzzles is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of your own brilliant self-awareness. And remember this, above all else, if these puzzles ever begin to feel too heavy to hold on your own, talking to your doctor or a trusted family member is not an admission of defeat. It is an act of profound strength. It is an act of courage. It is taking control. In a world that can feel isolating, a friendly voice on the other end of the phone, or a kind and personal email, can feel like a welcome connection, a little bright spot in a quiet day. It feels good to be noticed, to be spoken to with respect and warmth. But how do we know who to trust? How do we tell the difference between a genuine connection and a carefully crafted illusion? This fourth and final silent warning is one we must speak about with clarity and with firmness, because it concerns the safety of your home, your savings, and your peace of mind. It is a difficult truth that those of us over 65 are often seen as targets. And let me be perfectly clear. This is not because you are naive. It is not because you are foolish. It is because you are from a generation that was raised on trust, a generation that was taught to be polite, to be helpful, and to give others the benefit of the doubt. And these beautiful qualities, your kindness, your decency, are the very things that dishonest people seek to exploit. Modern senior scams are becoming more and more sophisticated. They're not always obvious. They're designed to play on our deepest emotions, our love for our family, our desire to be helpful, and yes, sometimes our loneliness. They can sound like a frantic call from a grandchild who is in trouble and needs money immediately. They can look like an official-looking email from your bank, asking you to verify your account information. They can be a cheerful notification, telling you that you have won a wonderful prize, and all you need to do is pay a small fee to claim it. So, how do you protect yourself? You do not need to become cynical or suspicious of everyone. You only need to become a calm and wise guardian of your own information. You learn to recognize the red flags, the patterns that these scams almost always follow. The first red flag is urgency. They will tell you, this must be done right now. This offer expires in 1 hour. If you hang up, you will lose this opportunity. This is a trick. It is designed to make you panic, to stop you from thinking clearly. A legitimate organization will never pressure you to make a major decision in a matter of minutes. The second red flag is secrecy. They will say, "Please don't tell anyone about this. We need to keep this just between us." This is because their greatest fear is that you will talk to someone else, a friend, a neighbor, a family member, who will immediately see the scam for what it is. The third and most crucial red flag is the request for unusual forms of payment. If anyone ever asks you to pay for something with a gift card, by wiring money, or by giving them remote access to your computer, that is a scam 100% of the time. So what is your defense? It is a simple but powerful set of rules. A golden rule book for your own financial security. The first rule is the power of the pause. If a call or an email makes you feel anxious, pressured, or even just a little bit uncertain, pause. Do not act. Do not respond. Simply say, "Let me think about it, and I will call you back." This simple act of pausing breaks their spell of urgency. The second rule is the power of no, thank you. You have the absolute right to end any conversation that makes you feel uncomfortable. Hanging up the phone is not rude. It is an act of self-protection. Deleting an email is not impolite. It is an act of wisdom. And the third rule is the power of verification. If you are ever unsure, call a trusted friend or family member. Explain the situation. A second opinion is your strongest ally. If the call was supposedly from your bank or a government agency, find their official phone number on your own statement or their website. Never use a number given to you by the person on the phone. Your caution is not a sign of fear. It is your strongest, most powerful shield. It is the lock on your door that protects the financial security you have worked your entire life to build. And so, here we are, at the end of our time together for today. Let's just sit for a quiet moment with the wisdom we have shared. The whisper of the floorboards, a gentle reminder to honor your body's changes. The echo of deepening silence, a quiet call to nourish your heart's need for connection. The puzzle of simple things, an invitation to become a loving guardian of your mind. And the cautious friendliness of a stranger, a testament to the wisdom of protecting your peace. These silent warnings, these things you should never ignore. They are not meant to be chains of fear that bind you to a life of worry. Please hear this. They are meant to be lanterns of awareness, soft, steady lights that you hold in your own hand, to illuminate the path ahead, to keep your journey safe. The decision to live alone, especially over 65, is a journey of profound courage. It is a declaration of your strength and your resilience. Paying attention to these warnings for seniors does not diminish that strength. It does not lessen your independence. It fortifies it. It protects it. It is the highest, most profound act of self-love and self-respect. It is you saying to the world and to yourself, "My independence is precious, and I will do what is necessary to preserve it. My safety is my priority. My peace of mind is my treasure." And now, I invite you to become a part of this community of wisdom. Think about your own life. Which of these whispers have you heard? What small step can you take this week to answer it with care? Please share your thoughts and your own experiences in the comments below. Your story, your piece of wisdom, could be the very lantern that another person needs to see. It could make someone, somewhere, feel a little less alone. If you have found this message helpful, we humbly ask that you share it with a friend or a loved one who might need to hear it. And of course, please subscribe to Timeless Elderly Wisdom and press the bell icon so that we can continue to walk this path together. Remember this always. You may live alone, but on this journey, you are never, ever truly alone. Thank you for the gift of your time. May you be safe, may you be well, and may you be at peace.